Okay, so we've been talking about manifesting, and really, this conversation is about the things that get in the way of us creating what we want, right? And keep us from believing that what we want is possible for us. So, one of the things that can often get in the way is when we are holding guilt and shame for something we did in the past. And so, self forgiveness will be the key to manifesting what you want. Are you willing to forgive yourself? You were doing the best you could with what you knew. And my thought is if you found this channel, you're doing the best you can in your life with what you know. And you, as you know better, you will do better. It's just fact. I think that we are way too hard on ourselves and we beat ourselves up unjustly. And we are humans and we have the upbringing we have the education we have, and yes, we can always improve and get better as we know how to do that. But at the end of the day, we're just all figuring it out. So I've emphasized in this series over and over to be kind to yourself, to be loving to yourself, to respect yourself, and forgive yourself. When you are holding judgment and criticisms and shoulds and denial, you are not serving yourself well. You are keeping yourself stuck in the past, and that is what forgiveness helps us do. Is it stops us replaying the past like it's happening in the present. So when we are in that state of shaming ourselves and judging ourselves for something that we did, it's our minds are replaying it and we're experiencing it in our human body as if it's happening right now. So something 10, 20, 30 years ago, if we're replaying it from this place of guilt and shame and judgment and condemnation, it's like that's happening over and over and over and over again to ourselves. So forgiveness stops that pattern. It puts a block on reliving that in the present moment. So really take the time to forgive yourself. Pray it through, maybe seek, buy a book on forgiveness if you need to, take a course on forgiveness if you need to. I work with clients all the time on forgiveness. Really forgive yourself. You were doing the best you could with what you knew. And even if you knew a better way in the moment and you made the choice you made, there's a reason why you made that choice. Maybe it was lack, maybe it was doubt, maybe it was fear. But when you're in those moments and that's the mindset you're in, oftentimes you can't possibly make another choice. I have spent a lot of time with this. I was like, oh wow, things that have occurred in my life and even in the lives of clients. I thought, well, could that have been avoided? 9 times out of 10, no. We just didn't know any better. We were operating out of a wound, and no one tells us how to deal with our pain. No one tells us how to deal with our shame. No one tells us how to deal with our fear of not being loved, how to deal with our insecurities. And sure, maybe on a logical level, you can see like, oh, I should have done differently. But even me saying that out loud is a should, which is a cognitive error. So I want to, if you are really wanting to take your life to the next level and manifest what you want, forgive yourself. You're human. You're doing the best you can. And choose the light whenever you can. But sometimes we don't know. Sometimes we do, and still forgive yourself when you were like, hey, I knew and I still did it this way, or that happened as a result of this. Forgive yourself. It's done. And as you move forward, that's going to be your testament of learning that lesson, is that you'll make a new choice going forward. I think back to a time in my life where I had seen things happen that were pretty traumatic. And I, for the years following that, I beat myself up about it. And finally, over the last couple of years, I've reached a place where I can say, I didn't know how to make a different choice. I acknowledge that I take responsibility for the choice I made in that situation. I have consciously not ever made that choice again. And the reasoning I initially thought as to why I did things, I've let all that go. And I know it's like, okay, hey, I didn't know how to do it any differently. I've put systems in place to make a different choice in the future, and I'm proceeding. And I got the help and support I needed around that trauma. Done. So, as I say to you, hire a therapist, hire a coach, work through these things on your own. It's so that you can approach your life going forward very clear thinking, and you'll know that you're not a bad person, you're not wrong, and that all you have to do is be willing to move forward and let the past be the past and forgive yourself. That's it. Stop replaying it. And initially, it might be difficult, and you just have to keep saying, Spirit, help me forgive this. Help me forgive this. I am forgiving myself for this. And you will soon find that you will stop replaying that experience, and it won't feel like a burden. Remember, one of the essence of manifesting the life that you want is to reach a place where you feel unburdened, where you feel light, where you feel open. And if you are trying to manifest from the place of, oh, I'm going to make this right by manifesting this new reality for myself, you're not really dealing with the past. You're still holding on to it. You're still feeling less than. I've got to create this thing so that I can make amends for things that I did in the past. No. Let it go. Focus on the pure, cleanest desire. And I'm hesitant to say that word. I say that phrase a lot too, let it go. I'm not in any way minimizing the journey of letting go. And that takes time, and you might need a professional to help you work through that. But you will get to a place where it's not dictating the choices and decisions that you make. And love yourself through that process. Be kind to yourself. Don't let anyone tell you that you're not allowed to feel the feelings that you feel. You can feel them, just don't beat yourself up about it, because it will dictate what you allow into your life, and you deserve to have everything that you want. And if you're replaying a pain from the past, you're going to subconsciously keep yourself from having good things. So do the work to forgive yourself, and you will create a wider channel within you so that you can receive more. Until next video, take care of yourself.